Hello traders, my name is Tomasz Wiśniewski. I'm a Chief Analyst in Alpari Research and Analysis, and this is Trading Sniper. This is daily analytical report. I'm sorry, Trading Sniper was a few minutes ago. It's already on our YouTube channel and our Twitter. So if you want to look for 3 best trading occasions, I advise you to check our Twitter account. Because well, not only for Trading Sniper but also for other experts content. Now we start daily analytical report, so our usual webinar where we'll try to look for decent trading occasions, not the best 3. But on many instruments, and also we are discussing fundamental side of the market. First, we need to start with the calendar. On Monday, we didn't have any significant data. It all started on Tuesday. Well, it starts today. Today is an important day for British pound. As you can see, we in half an hour. So when we will end our webinar, we'll have Cpi inflation from UK, definitely important data. We expect quite a big number, 3%, but it still will be a decline from 3.1 reported previously. So today is mostly about the pound. We should get some volatility on cable then. On Wednesday, it's an important day for the Canadian dollar and for euro, because for euro we do have CPI, right? So we started last week on Friday when US was showing CPI, and other countries follow that. This week, so Eurozone, CPI, Bank of Canada, rate statement. We are expecting interest rate rise. In Canada, previous number 1%, now we are expecting 1.25%. We shouldn't get a surprise here. We'll see what the statement will say. On Thursday, that's job. We have numbers from the job market from Australia. We do have GDP from China, and that's pretty much it. A bit of usual data from the job market from US, but also some numbers from the housing market from US. And on Friday, we're coming back to the British pound because we'll get retail sales from UK. So again, as for today, watch out for the volatility on British pound because of the inflation, which will be published in 26 minutes. I think we can go to the charts. We will start with the Bitcoin. Because Bitcoin is making a significant drop. Actually, you can have like this uptrend line or this. It's not really important because, well, we were expecting this drop. We were telling you about this drop on our recent meetings. Why we were expecting that? Because the price broke the midterm uptrend line, this green line here. After the breakout, we tested this line as a closest resistance. Here is a breakout, here is a test as a resistance. It was a positive test for sellers. The price bounced from this line, went significantly lower. Then we had another like short-term correction, which was shaped like a wedge. Right, another breakout and a strong downswing, and today we went from 13,500 to 11,500, right? So $2,000 drop. I was expecting price to go a little bit lower to the well, so far the price went to 11,200. I was expecting 11,000, like a psychological barrier. But the first contact with the yellow area brought us a fast bounce, so you can see that that this level attracts some buyers. But the sentiment is still negative. I would say that as long as we will stay below the blue line, the sentiment will be negative. It's a channel down formation here. So for the buy signal, we would need to break the upper line of the blue formation. So far, it's less probable, and that's my current outlook on the Bitcoin. Obviously, on the daily chart, if we will have a hammer here, so the price will reverse and create a hammer here, that will be ultra strong buy signal, right? If we will have a hammer here on the daily chart like this one, if we will have a hammer here, we could expect another upswing to like $16,000. Okay, that was Bitcoin. Now let me show you gold, because gold is having like the best time ever, like end of December, second half of December and first half of January. The price is just climbing higher, and most recently, like, we broke this resistance here on $1,300. We broke this resistance, then we used that as a support here and here, and we are very close to aim for the yearly highs from 2017. Most probably that's a very strong resistance. We don't know yet because the price didn't get there yet, but the chances that we will get there are relatively high. And if we will be able to break this resistance, that will be a confirmation of a long-term buy signal on gold. American dollar to Singaporean dollar. Here we do have this continuation of strong price action setup. So broken support here, broken support became a resistance, and then price went significantly lower. That's a very that's a beautiful setup here. Looks still promising for sellers, because look at that, where's the potential target for this? It's here, it's much lower. What we are having here in the long term is a head and shoulder, well, that's actually a triple top formation. First, second, third top. After the breakout, the neckline of this triple top formation was used as a resistance. Now the broken support here was used as a resistance. So American dollar to Singaporean dollar is very technical right now, and I'm enjoying this situation here on this pair. Looks very promising for sellers still. Euro to Japanese yen. I'm having a long position here, and it's already on break-even point. Why I opened this? Because there was a false breakout below the long-term uptrend line. The price came back inside. The price came back above the horizontal resistance as well. This red area. I like false breakouts. I think that false breakouts are very good trading opportunities. So I like to trade false breakouts. Euro to Japanese yen currently is proving me right that it's worth to use those formations, because it's already giving me a nice profit. Unfortunately today, like, Japanese yen is a little bit stronger, and actually that was my topic on trading sniper video. On many instruments we do have sell signal like on pairs with Japanese yen. Here on euro we still do have a buy signal, but it's mostly because of this much stronger euro. But if the situation will end like that, with those two candles, that will be a sell signal here as well. So far the sell signal is not present here, but once the price will close this shooting star like that, this candle like that, like a shooting star, that will be a short signal, and I will have to escape from my long position here. Australian dollar to American dollar, very positive sentiment. Here strong upswing. Probably will have a small correction right now. Still safe, still above the long-term uptrend line, so correction would be more than welcome. Like we had this pennant, we had this flag here, so why not having a flag? Again, bounce from the midterm uptrend line and then a movement towards this horizontal resistance. Why not? Why not? This is, I think that this level has a gravity and it should attract the traders, and the price should get there relatively soon. New Zealand dollar to American dollar. New Zealand dollar is a bit weaker right now. It's still very strong, but it's weaker than, for example, Australian dollar, right? Here American dollar is gaining strength, but it's still just a correction. We are still above the long-term uptrend line, and that's a very legitimate uptrend line, because look, 1, 2, 3, 4 points connected together. So once the price will get there and make a U-turn, that will be a decent occasion to go long. Euro dollar, another day, another dollar. I like to say here it looks like we'll start a correction. Well, we started correction, right? Already from yearly highs we declined 75 pips. Maybe it's not like amazing result, but still significant. I wouldn't mind if the price would go to the yellow area and test the yellow area as a support. I think it has a chance to happen here. Well, at least let's say I wouldn't be surprised if the price declined and test the yellow area again. And cable, remember, in 16 minutes we'll have a increased volatility on cable because of the macro data. So far it's all good, especially after this candle. And this candle from Friday, when we broke the upper line of the wedge and we broke horizontal resistance here. No surprise that the candle from yesterday was also positive. What's the green area here? Green area are low Brexit lows from Brexit referendum lows from the end of February. I think it can be a nice place for a take profit action. But short-term scenario, I think that we should touch this level. We will see if it will trigger a take profit action or no, but looks like a good resistance, strong resistance. Dollar index significantly lower. Maybe they would like to test this level as the closest resistance again. Oh, sentiment definitely towards American dollar is negative. No doubts about that. We'll see how this situation will finish. Maybe with the movement like that. But no current signal on this instrument yet. Euro to British pound, not really super interesting. More of a sideways trend. They are kind of united together against the American dollar. So none of them is weaker or stronger. We're just continuing the sideways trend, and as you know, I'm not a fan of sideways trends. I don't like them, and especially that we are exactly in the middle between those horizontal resistances here, this one, and horizontal support here. When I'm in the middle between long-term horizontal support and resistance, I usually don't trade. American dollar to Canadian dollar, this I liked very much. I also have a position here, short position, and it's a nice profit. Why short position? Well, most recently, like downswing, flag, downswing, wedge, downswing. History likes to repeat itself. That breakout of the lower line of the wedge triggers sell signal. Then traders try to reverse, but as you can see, they didn't even manage to go to horizontal resistance here. And the price from Thursday created a shooting star, then Friday confirmation, then drop. It looks like this correction has ended, this one. Especially that if we would connect here, we got a breakout of the support, and now the price aiming lower. And I think the price will continue to go lower. I hope it will be my the best long-term position ever. I'll try to keep that open for a long time. So I sold somewhere like here. Stop loss is here or already on break even. I have to check because I don't remember. Anyway, sentiment on American dollar to Canadian dollar is negative. Horizontal resistance here. S&P 500, that's pretty, well, I don't want to say unusual because that's pretty usual for S&P 500, but the beginning of the year is pretty sick, if you ask me. On such an overbought market, starting the year with such a strong upswing is unbelievable. Although, as I say, Americans do that for the last few years, so we should get used to that, but still it amazes me how much power they have. Still they have 2,800 points on S&P 500. I remember in 2013, yes, we were 900 points, I guess. That's amazing what's happening on S&P 500, especially like we added another 400 points in a few months. Euro to Swiss franc is showing enormous strength. Why is that? Because they are breaking the upper line of the channel up formation, which is only that's actually a wedge, but anyway, they are breaking the upper line of it, which shows absolute dominance of the buyers, even if it's an uptrend. It's a very strong uptrend. WTI also in a very positive sentiment, positive territory. New all-time, not all-time highs obviously, but highest level since I guess 3 years. Just today, overnight. And the party goes on, right? Show must go on, and there's a extreme buying pressure on the oil. As long as we stay above this green area, this uptrend line sentiment is positive. American dollar to Swiss franc, I don't think they will use this flag. Well, this and this lines. Formation which got denied can be a sell signal itself, right? So this formation was promoting a breakout here. It failed, so it's kind of a false denied formation, which can be traded similar to a false breakout, but it's not the strongest setup that I have ever seen in my life. But I'm gonna keep this instrument on the charts because, as you can see, we are approaching important long-term support. I would like to see what's gonna happen here. So my short-term view on American dollar to Canadian dollar is drop to this area. And what after that? Well, we will see about the reaction, right? I'm not trying to predict, I'm trying to react. So I want to see what's going to happen on this horizontal support, and then I want to trade it. I want to trade it. If there will be a breakout, probably I will go short. If there will be a bounce, probably I will go with a long position. FTSE is continuing what it's supposed to do with this ascending triangle pattern. This is ascending triangle. It's a positive formation. It gives more credit to the buyers. That's why we broke the upper line of this formation, and the price went significantly higher. DAX is doing the everything to defend this line. Why this line is important? Because this line, it's an upper line of the trend continuation pattern, right? It's an upper line of this wedge. And to keep the positive sentiment alive, the price should stay above this upper line of the wedge. If the price will go inside of this wedge, that will be a denial of the breakout, so that will be a false breakout, which should lead to a stronger drop. So buyers should avoid that. That is why they are keeping the price above. Yeah, as long as the price is above the upper line of the wedge, the sentiment is positive, no doubts about that, and the price should stay high. New Zealand dollar to Canadian dollar. That was a good one. Upswing flag, upswing, breakout of the horizontal resistance. Then they use that as a support. Now they are testing the support again. Price closing below the support will be definitely a very negative sign for this instrument. But V-shaped reversal will be super strong buy signal. Super strong buy signal, especially like here we'll have buy signal already. Here we'll have a super strong buy signal. And I hope I will be on the market with a juicy trade. Euro to New Zealand dollar. I was hoping for something more. I was hoping for a nicer drop. Here I did not receive that yet. So, but patience is gold, right? That's what I say. So wait, let me draw like that. Why I was hoping for a short position here was this head and shoulder pattern, left shoulder, head and right shoulder. Before that, even before the price created the right shoulder, we even broke the uptrend line here. And that comeback is just a normal test. Normal test is a recent support, tested as a resistance. But if we would have a strong supply here, strong sellers, we should see a bounce from here and a downswing, but we're not seeing that, which is a bit surprising for me, but it shows me that a short position is not a good choice right now. Okay, fair enough, I won't fight with the market, I will surrender and we'll see what will happen, right? Euro dollar was already mentioned by us, but I want to show you American dollar to Japanese yen, second the most popular pair. So what we are having here is a typical price action movement, and I hope it will result with a typical price action movement. So look at that, this orange area, right? Important resistance here, important support, and then after the breakout it became a resistance. broken support becomes a resistance. It was tested. The price created a shooting star candle, which in theory is promoting a drop, right? Especially that another candle is making lower lows and lower highs. So it's like a confirmation of this bounce. Looks good. Looks good for the sellers. As long as we stay below the orange area, the sentiment is negative. Canadian dollar to Japanese yen, also I'm seeing a nice selling opportunity here, despite the fact that in the long term this instrument is in an ascending triangle pattern. That's an ascending triangle pattern, so it has a dynamic support and a horizontal resistance. And we got a bounce from the resistance, which is surprisingly strong actually, and after this bounce the price is correcting a bit of this movement, right? So this is just a trend correction pattern. This is a flag. And also look at that, resistance, resistance, after the breakout, support, support, after the breakout it's a resistance again, tested once, twice, 2 times. They couldn't come back above the yellow area, so now it's a time for testing the lower line of the flag, and most probably this test should be positive for sellers. We should see the breakout of this lower line of this formation and a strong downswing, aiming the long-term uptrend line here, lower line of the symmetric triangle. And actually look at that, that's a good risk to reward ratio. The stop loss is like 70 pips and take profit is like 140 pips. Even if you want to play it safe, right? If you want to play it very safe, because stop loss can be like 50 pips, so 3 to 1. That's a good one. That's a good one. Bitcoin mentioned by us, Australian dollar to Canadian dollar, waiting for the price closing above the green area. Once the price will close above the green area, we'll have a strong buy signal on Australian dollar to Canadian dollar. And last but not least is Australian dollar to New Zealand dollar. So here you can see this thing that I mentioned, that New Zealand dollar is currently weaker than the New Zealand dollar is weaker than the Australian dollar. I was thinking about short position here, and it happened, but it was a midterm drop, not a long term. When the price will break the black line, that will be a positive sign for buyers, because that would mean a denial of this head and shoulder pattern. And actually that would mean a false breakout here. And we all know what I think about false breakouts. Like here there was a false breakout and the price went lower. So here can be a false breakout, and if this false breakout will be established, we should see a strong upswing here. Okay, thanks very much for watching daily analytical report. I hope those instruments and this webinar itself was very useful for you, and you found some good occasions and you are happy with our service. Thanks very much again. In the meantime, visit our Twitter account and our website, allparty.news. Thanks very much and goodbye.